All right. All right, you guys. So we're gonna pay attention. My bad for slacking. So I'm back. Bitcoin. Time and date. Arizona time. So here's Bitcoin. I mentioned in my other videos how Bitcoin was about to blow up. How there was a three candle box strategy move that I love, and it formed in the new space, so it's even more better. You had your first candle giving your resistance, your second one your support. You box that up. You pay attention to the last candle, depending what time frame you're on, monthly. So you will pay attention to the last 2 weeks. Um, if we close this third candle inside, halfway or above, it's very bullish. If we close it halfway or lower, it's still bullish, but it's just more timing, it's more riskier, whatnot. So the fact that we close this third candle, this third month right here, third month, but it's not third month, but you know what I mean. September, we closed bullish, and I saw it close. I was like, oh, okay, we're still good. And then I saw that dropped, how the dropped, where, how much we dropped, and where the drop ended up closing on a Friday. I was like, all right, cool. They're gonna, you know, falling from here would be your first warnings, but sustaining this and then backing up and seeing where we are, and then seeing how we're coming to. We already got the tariffs. The tariffs set us. So once he tweeted that early in the morning, which if I would have known he tweeted that, it was an easy sell off. It was an easy we're going down type of shit. Because this is the type of shit that they do where they'll they'll and by them I mean he will tweet something on a Friday night or Thursday night or however it is time zone wise. But the thing is that it hits Friday. You as a trader, the market panics and it falls. You start selling your stocks, and then normally by Sunday, they come to a solution. That's normally what it would happen when Biden was here when the shutdowns happened. The first week, it'll be a full week, and then by the end of the weekend, they'll work on it. Hey, it so happens on Sunday we come to agreement. Seeing how he was making these comments about on social media, saying like, yeah, if a government shutdown would benefit us, I was like, okay, he's not gonna open the market. The market is gonna start panicking. Now, when he came on this Friday and did that, I was like, you're already making it worse. You have the government shut down. You have the Fed talking on Wednesday. You have earnings coming. Why would you say that when you know the markets, this is your time when the market starts flying because of all these earnings and whatnot, especially when we get by the end of October, we start getting your Teslas and your Microsoft and all this shit and whatnot, especially NVIDIA, your Palantirs. So the fact that he did that to me was fucking odd. So like he's either gonna fix it this Sunday or in between this week sometime because that's dumb of him to do that shit. What happens? He comes out, hey, you guys, don't worry about it. Me and my buddy Shina right here, um, had a little talk and we don't want. So there you go. I was like, there you go. So the market's gonna open happy. You guys, and then that's why if you saw Bitcoin was going up this morning. Cause also Bitcoin is connected to the S&P 500. Crypto is connected to the S&P 500 in a way. You can share GBT it. It's been doing this for fucking for the last 2 months, 2 years, especially the last 2 years. It really synchronized more to the market, to the S&P, to the Nasdaq. So the fact that it's doing that shit lets me know that this market, as the news happened with Trump, Bitcoin was gonna react the same way. Otherwise, from Friday to Sunday, if you see Bitcoin, Ethereum start dumping, especially in the Saturday night coming to Sunday, it letting you know that something's wrong with the market. The market's gonna open bad. But how I saw Sunday or Saturday and Sunday pick up, they let me know that something good was coming in the market. I just didn't know what it was. And then there you go. Trump came up with this shit and then made fucking both markets. And that's why you're seeing both markets now recover. Crypto and the fucking S&P 500. So this is that monthly resistance, and look how tight Bitcoin is against it. Now when we go to the weekly, you're seeing there it is. That's the line right there. Now I'm gonna go to the daily, and we have a 8-hour candle 50 Fibonacci along. I mean, we have a daily 50 Fibonacci, and then same hour, same for a 12-hour candle, same area, 8-hour candle, just a little bit above. So this area is gonna be very hard to pass. Because we have a daily 50 Fibonacci, uh, all the way down to a 8-hour candle 50 Fibonacci concentrating area right here. You can see it right here. That's the area that it broke. So now that's gonna be hard to pass. So we're gonna need, most likely we're gonna struggle. Seeing how the S&P open bullish also is most likely gonna start consolidating in the region, because Monday we don't got no data. So, but we got this news. So probably at 6:35, 4ish, you're gonna see crypto and the S&P start breaking on up, or even earlier. Just for the fact that this news gonna open the markets happy, but not stupid, crazy rallying or whatnot. What's really gonna move the market is gonna be coming onto your Tuesday, because Tuesday you got the bank's earnings. And then once that happens, the next thing investors are gonna be looking at is gonna be the Fed. The Fed is gonna talk. Along with that, it's gonna be more earnings from the banks. So you got the banks on Tuesday earnings. You got banks earnings on Wednesday, along with the Fed. So all this, if and the Fed's gonna be talking about the economy and monetary policy. So that's investors gonna be paying attention to that, I believe. And little comment that he makes about interest rates and da 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 are either gonna correct the S&P on down and keep in this area, or this is not S&P, but keep in this area right here, or you're gonna see the S&P finally break through this resistance and be very bullish after the comment that he made. But in particular, it's gonna be the banks that are gonna fucking say shit, especially on comments that they make about how they see the market progressing, and this is not. Anyways, sorry guys. Back to Bitcoin. So right here, when we go to the 1-hour candle, notice how Friday this was the bottom right here. If I would have seen Friday going on to Saturday with this trend happening, and I see this right here, I would have been like, okay, we're gonna be recovering, we're gonna be consolidating. Otherwise, this market would have been, if the market would have kept going down, you would have seen these candles resist, and you would have seen this third candle going down, or even this fourth one here. The fact that it was doing this will let me know, oh, okay, we probably have some good news happening, or that's not the bottom, it's just doing what Bitcoin does over the weekend. Again, if I would have seen these two candles drop, then I would have seen, okay, something's wrong with the market, especially if this Saturday would have kept on going during the nighttime. But since I saw this Saturday and then Sunday happening, this right here, let me know, okay, we saw there's some news, some good news happening in the market. Otherwise, Bitcoin wouldn't be doing this. Bitcoin would have been stuck right here in this region and just started going down if it would have had bad news. Um, so, anyways, I already talked about Bitcoin, how Bitcoin's gonna be moved with the earnings and the data coming up. Also, we have the government shutdown too. So that's another thing investors are worried about. So if he tweets something about, me and the Democrat, how they're talking about it, they're fixing it. That's also gonna boost the market up and release some stress off the market. I don't think he's gonna do it, but that's something to pay attention to. That's also gonna make Bitcoin break through this area even easier if he does tweet something like that, which I doubt it. All right, now to the S&P 500. Oh, and also, crypto was telling you that we're about to break on down. If you would have gone to okay, go to your weekly, your daily, right here. There was a 3 candle box. I'm gonna take all my shit off right here. So 3 candle box right here. First one give you your support. Second one your resistance. You box it up. You pay attention to your last one. It's a daily, so you would pay attention from your it's Bitcoin. So you pay attention from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Your thoughts so around 2:45 to 3 ish. See how it's looking. The fact that it closed down here was telling me, hey baby, and this is the support. This is the all-time high region here. So it's telling you where the foundation is, telling you where it's fucking what's keeping it up. It's fucking that area right there. Is imagine you built a this is a hill or a mountain, you cut that bitch flat and you put your kingdom inside of there. So that's where it's sitting on top of that. The fact that the third candle in a daily is closing red right there, baby, we are about to drive, my brother. You go to your 12-hour candle. It's even your 12-hour candle right here is telling you, yo, buddy, we're about to drop, buddy. Even my indicator will probably tell me right now, hey, this is your entry and these are your targets down here. So all this was telling you, yo, we're about to drop. So people that don't know shit about candles and they were seeing their phones, they were just seeing this right here. So they couldn't know what was forming. They couldn't see out none of this shit. But people that know how to read these candles, they were. The candle were telling you. Another one right here, 8-hour candle, 3 candle box, right there. The fact that the third one broke it, and this is the area that we're talking about how it's important to hold. And then you have your next 8-hour candle fucking break. The fact that this one broke was your sell. And then boom, there goes your next 8-hour candle. 4-hour candle, sell, entry, target, target. All fucking hit. So people that know how to read these candles, the market, candle wise, they this was no surprise. This was no the market was telling you that we're about to fucking drop. And that was Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin was telling you that and Bitcoin is connected to the S&P 500, what do you think that happened to the S&P 500? And I'm pretty sure if I would have seen that too, it was telling you, hey buddy, what about to drop, buddy? Let me go to the daily. This was your place right here. The fact that you had this daily right here on a Wednesday drop down, your first warning, so you pay attention to your Thursday. 12 hour candle, 3 candle fucking box, 3 candle box. Your support. The second one gives you the resistance. You box it up. You pay attention to it's a 12-hour candle, so you pay attention to 12 from the S&P, so you pay attention from your 11:45 to 12:30. And before that, you would pay attention to your 7:45 to 8:30. So let's box this baby up, and it already is right here. What time did it go down? Friday at 2 in the morning. Thursday at 5 p.m. So let's check Thursday at 5 p.m. Thursday. So Thursday. Here we have Thursday. And then we're coming on this right here. This move right here was your first warning. So let's go to a 15-minute candle. You see how that move, boom, too late? Whereas like Bitcoin, let me see Bitcoin. This was more clean. Oh, 15-minute candle. Where am I at? All right, right here. See, Bitcoin was more clean. Bitcoin was more clean. Like you still had time to go on that sell. 15-minute candle. You see, it wasn't that dramatic of a drop. How it was even in the 15-minute candle before it really fucking dumped like crazy. Like it wasn't nothing like this. It was nothing like this where you couldn't really go on the trade because it dropped dramatically in that 1 hour. Whereas like here, and it's a 50-minute candle, so look how long it took really to start breaking down compared to the S&P 500. You see that big drop, and you see how it broke the support that you were really had a time to really go in before it broke the main support and went down like crazy. You see how that 1 hour candle, boom, just heavy, and after that, just heavier. Whereas Bitcoin had this nice trickle on down. But you see how, in a way, Bitcoin was warning you firsthand, like, hey, we're about to drop. Whereas the S&P was giving you all these fake push-ups up, and Bitcoin wasn't. Bitcoin just was maintaining the lower pressure. Gold. I went on a option trade for gold for a call. So let me see how this thing is. I went on a buy for a gold somewhere down here. So hopefully gold maintains and we keep this bullishness. I feel like gold is gonna hit this area right here and start retracing on down. As we come to the morning, maybe it'll pick on up. Follow the rest of the assets. Nice. Alright, you guys, but if anything, I'll make a video. This will be closed. I'll make a video later on, probably 11 o'clock, and maybe cover their videos. But that's it so far, you guys. Sorry if it didn't make sense. Oh wait. Huh? Say hello back. What's up? Huh?